This video, we want to talk to you about ethical veganism because when people talk about veganism, there's often a strong conversation around the nutritional components of the diet and just nutrition and diet in general. But a lot of people don't go vegan for nutrition reasons. A lot of them, a big reason why they're vegan is for ethical reasons. And I personally have never been vegan. I was a flexitarian for like a year when I was doing my undergrad studies, and that's where I would only eat a meat that was raised ethically, in my opinion, sustainably farmed. Brianna has been full vegan, and so she's going to be the better expert here. But like, what are some of the ethical reasons why people go vegan?
Well, the reason why I did is, I mean, besides the China study, we won't talk about that bullshit, but when I researched that and figured it was complete bullshit, it was more about the animal welfare and taking in animal flesh that was harmed.
Like, oh, okay, so because people raised animals poorly, then when you take that harmed flesh,
so I read so many books on animal welfare practices and conventional meat, and it disgusts me, and I still have, I can't eat conventional meat because of that ethically. That's my argument for it.
Yeah. So, okay, but that seems to be, if the ethical argument is animals are treated poorly, then isn't that overcome by doing kind of what I did with flexitarian?
Or what I do now.
Or, yeah, what both of us really do now for the most part. And that's just, support more natural,
farming
practices that, pure grass-fed, pastured cattle, chickens that can roam on pasture and eat bugs and stuff.
Chop their beaks off.
Yeah, not do any of that disgusting stuff that wouldn't be considered humane. But that argument doesn't seem to hold weight with some vegans from an ethical standpoint. What are some other reasons?
Well, I know some people that say that it's causing global warming, which is also
an environmental reason.
Yep. And they tie in ethics to that because they don't want to ruin the planet. Because
it's our responsibility to do that. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could see that one too. It certainly holds more weight than the previous argument we just talked about.
No, it's been pretty well debunked.
Well, I mean, it holds more weight in the sense that, they want to support the health of the planet, and so
yeah, but that's misguided. Is what I'm saying is that when you cut farming practices of animals down, it actually
destroys the environment.
Yes,
but it's also tied into the conventional aspect too, because conventional agriculture, I mean, whether it be plants or animals, is destructive to the environment. Look at it would be super ironic if that was the reason for someone being vegan and then they ate any plant that was not grown locally or organically, because industrial agriculture is monumentally more destructive to the environment than animal husbandry.
Way more CO2 emission, right?
Yeah, just way more everything. And even if you care about animal, I'm not going to eat a feedlot cow because they treat that shit bad. But I'm going to fucking eat this corn where they ran over 20 million rabbits to make it. It's just so illogical.
Yeah.
It's like using double standards. You care about this animal, but not these animals. Why? Because you don't actually have to look at them, when you're eating your food?
Yeah, and another idea is that animals, although they aren't conscious, they do have feelings. And
okay.
So that's another one.
So hold on. So they don't want to cause pain to the animal.
Yeah, which is also misguided.
Okay,
because
so
plants also
feel
pain.
Right? Yeah. Didn't your dad do stuff with that?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of research on plants and how they feel or how they talk to each other.
And they communicate.
It's pretty interesting stuff.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Plants are living just like animals. It's just that they have a different cell structure than us. Doesn't mean they're not alive. And as far as pain goes, okay, even though there is actually some data that plants feel pain and they communicate to one another to avoid like painful situations, like you could eat mollusks, like mussels and clams. They don't have a nervous system. Like, it's like, have you ever gone in for surgery and been put under anesthesia to get your wisdom teeth pulled out? Okay, so you just got knocked the fuck out, and then they're mutilating your mouth, and then you wake up all happy-doopy, and you have no idea what happened because you couldn't feel anything that had occurred, even though your mouth just got wrecked. It's the same as eating a mussel or a clam. You, like, chop them in half, and they're like, I have no idea what happened because I couldn't feel anything because I don't have a nervous system. It's literally impossible to cause them pain.
Yeah. Yeah, so the thing that got me to shift my perspective on all this is when I realized that we can't meet our nutrient requirements through plants only, right? Or I can't because I didn't win the genetic lottery, right?
That's another thing.
So I realized that I would have to harm my own body, which is completely what you're against when
that's what I was just about to say.
Right?
There's a huge irony right there. You're against harming animals, so you'll harm yourself instead. Where's the logic?
Well, there is no logic, and even if it's virtuous, it's all driven from the ego. You want to feel good by doing this noble act. Why?
Yeah.
What is behind that? That's what I would ask.
I think that's going to be something that we should do a video on in the future, is that the myth of altruism. Yeah. People want to talk about being virtuous and being altruist and doing things for the greater good, doing things for other people. It's all bullshit. No one does it. Or I shouldn't say no one. I'm going to say everyone except for one person on the planet does these acts to satisfy their ego, because by doing altruistic acts, it makes them feel good. And I mean, and you can see a lot of this with people. Some people are so obvious with it that they will advertise, guys, I just donated to this charity. You should do it too. It's a really good cause. Why are you advertising that? There's
all based in ego.
No reason to do that other than to satisfy your ego and to let others know that, hey, you're a good person. But, I mean, are you really? You're just doing it for your own selfish desire to get an ego hit.
Yeah. Veganism, when you do it.
It's the same way with veganism. There's 20 million fucking memes about vegans, or there's 20 urinals. You're at one, and the vegan walks over to the one right next to you and is like, hey man, I'm vegan. It's get the fuck out of here, dude. I don't care that you're vegan. If you're truly doing it for your altruism and to be virtuous, then shut the fuck up. No one cares. Be content knowing yourself that you do it. You don't need to tell other people. As soon as you tell someone else, it's ego. If you're going to do good deeds and then never speak of them again. Because if you are truly a virtuous person and you are truly altruistic, people are going to notice. And they're going to form their opinions on that. You don't need to go around virtue signaling, telling everyone that you're an amazing person. Because then you just look like an ass.
To anyone with a brain.
Yeah.
Not other virtue signalers.
Yeah, they're going to be like, oh, congrats, dude, I just donated too. Yeah, let's go circle jerk. It's just sad.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we got a little off topic.
Yeah, and I'm not judging. I'm just a vegan, so.
Oh, yeah. No, we're not judging. We're poking fun, definitely. But, I mean, we could poke fun at,
fun at ourselves.
Carnivores. We could poke fun at omnivores. We could poke fun at breatharians. Maybe we'll do those in future videos. But we got a little off topic with the altruistic talk. But I think it went well with this video. So we're going to end it there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this content, then great. That's what we're trying to do. And if you know anyone who's vegan and you need to tell them that they're vegan, then share this video with them. They'll listen to you. Thanks.